Happy Saturday! We have made it to the weekend after a warm past couple of days. Onshore winds are ushering in much more cool and comfortable conditions, which is really great news for wildfire season because onshore winds ushering in more moisture and cooler weather is really great news for firefighting efforts. And those winds only gusting anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour this afternoon. Again, it should not create any exacerbating conditions when it comes to those wildfires. By tomorrow, it's going to be very similar to today, if not even less windy, which again, great news for wildfires or for firefighters trying to put out the picket fire up across our North Bay communities. You can even see that moisture streaming in just by looking at our time lapse from early this morning. This is on top of Sutro Tower. A gorgeous view from above the clouds. Below the clouds, though, most of us were waking up to pretty foggy, a pretty gloomy start to our day. And that just lets you know that it's not going to be nearly as warm as it was yesterday. In fact, we're actually getting down to seasonable, if not below average conditions along our coastal communities, while our inland areas are still going to be a few degrees above average, but honestly, nothing too crazy for this time of year. There's going to be a little bit of that cloud coverage that's going to stay tight along our coastal communities and likely going to stay around the Golden Gate and streaming through the path of the Golden Gate and over towards Oakland as well. Keep that in mind. Again, like I said, there is a heat advisory in place across our inland East Bay communities, but with temperatures only a few degrees above average to 0 degrees above average in San Jose, I don't necessarily agree with this heat advisory. Yes, still practice heat safety, but I think this is a little bit of a cried wolf activity. Either way, it's going to be hot inland, not as hot as yesterday, not as hot as Thursday. Those temperatures sitting in the low 90s, upper 80s down into the Santa Clara Valley, low 80s across our North Bay communities, upper 70s to low 80s for areas by the bay, and then mid 60s directly along our coastal communities. It really depends on what activities you have planned. If maybe you're heading down to the Chargers versus 49ers game, make sure you practice heat safety. If it's 78 degrees in August, it could be a lot hotter out there. So appreciate the comfortable heat. By tomorrow, we'll be seeing those high temperatures sitting a lot more comfortable as well. Those temperatures really nothing too crazy for this time of year. We're going to continue to see those temperatures cooling down over the next several days, but within a couple of degrees of normal for this time of year. Not any extreme heat, not any extreme cold in our future, which again is really great news. Over the next 7 days, continuing to gradually cool down back to below average for those inland East Bay communities by the time that we step out next week, but it's still going to be sunny and 80s for this time of year. That's honestly really nice. Areas by the bay are going to be seeing early morning fog giving way to afternoon sunshine with those daily afternoon high temperatures sitting in the low 70s. Coastal communities, it's going to be a true foggiest weekend with quite a lot of cloud coverage holding on tight, temperatures in the mid 60s. You might see a little bit more sunshine though along the coast into next week.